And now our mic is live. Now you can hear us. Let's try this again. Hi, I'm Lucianne. I am the chair for this event, and I want to welcome you all to the Oregon State University Out of the Darkness virtual walk. It's in partnership with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, or AFSP. We're currently live from the OSU campus. As you can see behind us, it's a beautiful day. The opening ceremony will begin in about 5 minutes. I'm joined today by my co-host Jared. We've both been working with AFSP for a couple of years now. I am currently a Oregon chapter board member. I'm the Program Education Services Chair, and I'm a soon-to-be OSU graduate. Go Beavs!
Yeah, and hi, nice to meet you all. I'm Jared, and I'm also a soon-to-be OSU graduate. I've been working at Counseling and Psychological Services here at OSU for about 2 years now, and I'm also the Media Marketing Chair for the Damn Worth It campaign, who we will learn a bit more about down the line. So yeah, thank you all for coming, and I'm excited to see how this goes.
Yeah. If you guys are watching live right now, give us a shout out in the comments. Where are you watching from? Anything you want to say, we can share it to our screen. Thank you guys all for being here. Ooh, hello, AFSP Oregon. Looks like we got a Go Beavs. Go Beavs. Someone from Sweet Home. We are so excited about this event. We've been working on it for a really long time. We have some really great content to share with you guys, so it should be really cool.
Yeah, let us know where you are coming in from. We'd love to see where sort of the demographic is. So give your hometown a nice shout out, and we might bring you up. Give you a nice shout out as well. So.
Yeah, we got Serena from Hillsboro with a little robot emoji, I think. On the laptop, it looks like a robot. Might be an alien. Got someone from Aloha from Vancouver, Washington. Awesome. Annalie from Corvallis. How's it going, Annalie? Angela Perry from Tigard. Angela works with me on the Oregon chapter board. Got another Corvallis. Lots of Corvallis people. I wonder why.
Surprising.
My godmother watching from Illinois. Hi, Rosemary. Got about 3 minutes left before the event officially kicks off. Hey, Sam. Got some great jams moving today.
We do.
Oh, this is going to be recorded. Everyone's going to see me doing Sailor Deliveries on camera today.
Would it be fair to call Ryan DJ Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan's DJ Ryan.
All right.
Yeah, behind all our technical support, we've got Ryan Price, who was the former AFSP Oregon Chapter Area Director. Yes, the music choice is top tier. Thank you, Ryan, for putting these tunes together for us today. We've got a little slideshow going of some photos from our 2019 event, some information about the rest of the event, our schedule. We've got about 2 minutes. Hi, Taylor. Great to see ya. Another from Portland. Wow, we officially have 3 states watching today: Oregon, Washington, and Illinois. Talk about reach.
Whoa, Illinois. Wow.
Yeah, it's my godmother.
Oh, nice.
All right, Ryan, are we ready to get that countdown started pretty soon?
Excited.
And we are live! Hello, everybody. My name is Lucianne Ryan. I am the chair for this event. Welcome to the Oregon State University Out of the Darkness virtual event for suicide prevention in partnership with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, or AFSP. We're coming to you live from the beautiful OSU Corvallis campus. As you can see, it's a great day here. We got really lucky with some really great weather. A little bit about me. I'm a soon-to-be OSU graduate, Go Beads. I'm the chair for this event, and I am the Program and Education Services chair as well for the Oregon Chapter Board of AFSP.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Jared. I am a soon-to-be graduate here at OSU. I currently work for Counseling and Psychological Services as an outreach assistant, and I also do media and marketing for the Damn Worth It campaign. And so, yeah, that's a little bit about myself. Looking forward to, the whole meeting.
We've got a really great program for you guys today. We got some speakers, we have a ceremony. It's going to be amazing. So I do want to thank you all for joining us today to support this incredibly important cause. Suicide is a leading cause of death for Oregonians aged 10 to 24, which breaks my heart. But that's why it's so important for people like us to come together to end the stigma around mental health and bring it out of the darkness. So without further ado, let's get started. Get active in the chat and comment messages of hope throughout the event. Pull a couple as we're going through. All right.
Yeah.
So first of all, I'd like to thank our event committee who have worked tirelessly over the past 8 months to put on this incredible event. We meet every week, and I'm just so proud of us for putting this on. I'd like to thank Tess Webster Henry, Serena Prague, Kate Rocky, Carrie Lee, Juliana Budnick, Annalie Lake, Keela Lynn, Danny Nelson, Melissa Reith, Callan Jackman, Kendall Oken, and anybody else who contributed. Thank you to all the OSU affiliates.
Yes, thank you all so much. It's been a huge help. We couldn't have done it without you guys. So shifting gears a little bit, as it stands right now, we have raised just over $8,000 towards suicide prevention efforts, which is amazing. Can't thank you all enough for putting towards all that effort and time and money. So we're about $2,000 away from our goal of reaching $10,000. Half of which will come back to OSU as suicide prevention services, which is a super vital resource to have. If you'd like to help us reach our goal, you can go to our website now, and don't forget that fundraising will not stop until June. So if you're feeling generous, you can keep going even past the event. So thank you all so much.
Yeah. Alrighty. So before we move on, we'd like to share Oregon State University's land acknowledgement. Corvallis, Oregon is located within the traditional homelands of the Marys River or Mpinifu Band of Kalapuya. Following the Willamette Valley Treaty of 1855, Kalapuya people were forcibly removed to reservations in western Oregon. Today, living descendants of these people are a part of the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde Community of Oregon, as well as the Confederated Tribes of the Siletz Indians. Thank you, and we honor you. Next up, we've got Serena Prague, who's one of our incredible event interns. She's put together a really great video with some of our committee members to show you guys just how we feel about this event. So let's take a look.
In the midst of the pandemic,
it's as important as ever for people like me,
to come together to shine a light on this dark time
and remind people that they are not alone.
Suicide is a leading cause of death among Oregonians aged 10 to 24.
OSU recognizes the importance of supporting student mental health
and strives to bring attention to these challenges that many students are facing every day.
Participating in Out of the Darkness at OSU is a meaningful way to raise awareness for suicide prevention
and to cultivate a sense of community for those who have been affected by suicide.
We all can work to support others by breaking the stigma surrounding mental health
and by having open conversations about our struggles
while spreading messages of hope.
Thank you for taking the time to tune into our program today.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us to bring suicide and mental health
out of the darkness.
We're all in this together.
All right, we're just transitioning gears. I'm gonna hand it over to Serena whenever she's ready. We good? Serena, are you with us? All right. There you are.
Sorry. Just trying to figure out the formatting for a second. But hi everyone, I'm Serena, and before we continue with our program, we're actually going to take a short commercial break from Seize the Awkward, an AFSP-funded organization that encourages you to utilize moments of awkward silence to talk with a friend about their mental health. It might feel uncomfortable, but it can make all the difference. The following video is going to show you some ways that you can check in with friends or loved ones virtually or in person, using whatever gets you talking.
Worried your friend's struggling but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could write them a text or knit them a sweater. If you can't be together, you could write them a letter. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch. However you do it, you gotta ask a friend. And if they don't share, you can ask again. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Now that you know some ways to reach out to those you care about and start a conversation about mental health, I invite you to text a friend now or call them after the program to check in with how they're doing. It can be a simple "how are you" to get the conversation rolling, or you can check in with them during a virtual study session or even while playing video games online. Just remember, it's whatever gets you talking.
Thanks, Serena. That was awesome. Now we'd like to recognize our sponsors and our top fundraisers. I'd like to give a huge shout out to First Alternative Co-op for your generous donation to this cause. We are so grateful. All right, on screen. So it looks like our top fundraisers are Abby, Evelyn, myself, Kate, and Serena. Way to go, you guys. Awesome work. Top teams, we've got the Oregon AFSP chapter, OSU Counseling and Psychological Services, or CAPS, the Veterinary Medicine College, Psyched Out Club at OSU, and Wellness Agents. So proud of you guys. This is so incredible. Yeah. I can't believe we were almost at our goal.
Yes, thank you all for your efforts. We love it. We appreciate it. All right, well, I think we move on to our guest speakers. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so we have several speakers for today's event. The first is Taylor Ricci, who is here to share a story with us. Let's hand it over.
Hi everyone, my name is Taylor Ricci. I'm a former Oregon State gymnast and I'm an Oregon State University alumni from the College of Public Health and Human Sciences. I'm going to take just a couple minutes today to share a small piece of my mental health journey and how my mental health journey was impacted by suicide, and some steps that I was able to take to create something that helps me and I hope helps others get through their darkness. So during my time as a student athlete at Oregon State, it was my senior year, and I had just finished my gymnastics career. Our team made it all the way to national championships, got to end my career on a high note, competing on the national stage. I was doing well in school, I was doing well in life, I had done well in my sport. Everything was going good. And then one morning, all of that changed. One morning I picked up the phone and my coach told me that one of my teammates had taken her life to suicide. My heart instantly dropped, and my first response to that was to call every single one of my teammates and make sure that they were okay, but never really checking in on myself to make sure that I was okay. And it was a couple weeks later, and I was standing outside of her celebration of life, and really the impacts of suicide and losing someone to suicide came crashing down. I know for me, and I imagine a lot of other people, that You know, suicide is not only filled with grief and sadness and loss, but also so many questions. And standing outside of her celebration of life, I had so many questions. I had so much guilt, I had so much sadness, and I felt so much loss. My coach came out and saw me there, and I cried in his arms. I looked back at him and said 3 things. I said I should have done more, I could have done more, and how am I going to get past this? He looked at me and he said, Taylor, you are someone that's going to heal by doing something about this. By using your voice, using the platform that you have to make a change and to make sure that no other person at Oregon State feels that their life is not worth it. So a couple months had passed. I had gone through therapy. I had started to take the steps to help my own mental health. And I found myself sitting at a coffee shop with a former Oregon State soccer player named Nathan Broughton. And we had both lost teammates to suicide in the span of a year. And we both asked each other, what can we do to make a change? We put pen to paper and we created what is now today called Damn Worth It. Damn Worth It exists on Oregon State's campus. Damn Worth It exists as a nonprofit corporation. And Damn Worth It has one goal of ending the stigma around mental health. It's our mission to use the platform of sport paired with the power of storytelling to end the stigma around mental health. We've got a team of incredible students at Oregon State who bring this message to life every single day. We know that there is so much power in sharing your story. We know that there is so much power in 3 simple words of asking someone, how are you? And it's those things, it's those small steps that I take, that others can take to help make people realize that they are damn worth it. So while your story, everyone has their own story, has a lot of hardship, has a lot of sorrow, has a lot of grief, I sure hope you know that your life is worth it. You are damn worth it. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, Taylor, for sharing your story with us. We love you. It's been awesome working with you over the past couple of years. Let us know in the comments section how Taylor's story has resonated with you. Very powerful story. But we're going to move on to our Honor Bead Ceremony. So, Lucy, take it away.
So at In-Person Out of the Darkness walks, wearing different colored honor beads shows each other that we're all connected to this cause. It helps us remember those who we've lost and to show each other that we're not alone. During the virtual honor bead portion of our event, we invite you to comment colored emojis in place of honor beads. So let's get that started.
My name is Lucy Ann, and I represent the color green for a personal struggle or attempt. Like many others, I found it difficult to manage my mental health in college. 4 years ago, after struggling with my identity and substance abuse, I felt so alone and overwhelmed that I attempted. With support from my loved ones and my care team, I began to recognize the value of my place in this world. In my darkest times, I never thought I'd make it to see my own college graduation. But this month, I'm proud to say that I will officially be an OSU graduate. If you've experienced personal struggles or an attempt, please comment a green emoji or messages of hope in the chat now. Thank you, and we honor you.
Our names are Gregory and Victoria Langer, and we represent the color white for the loss of our daughter, Rebecca Jane.
Rebecca was working on her master's degree in public policy at OSU when we lost her to suicide in September of 2018. Although we feel her loss every day, we find ways to honor her life by planting trees or donating to her favorite charities. If you have lost a friend or a relative to suicide, please comment a purple emoji or write his or her name in the chat now. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tessie Webster Henry, and I'm presenting the color red for the loss of a spouse or partner. I work at OSU Counseling and Psychological Services, better known as CAPS, as a suicide prevention coordinator. I'm not a suicide loss survivor, but I want to create this space for those who have lost a spouse or partner to suicide. If you've lost a spouse or partner to suicide, please comment a red emoji or chat their name below. Thank you, and we honor your loved ones.
The color silver represents the loss of a military member or first responder. If you've lost a military member or first responder to suicide, please comment a silver or gray emoji in the chat now, or write their name. Thank you, and we honor your loved ones.
My name is Seth, and I represent the color gold to represent the loss of a parent. I honor the loss of my mother through my life coaching business. If you've lost a parent, please comment below with the gold emoji or the names of your loved ones. We honor and respect your loved ones. Thank you.
My name is Serena, and I represent the color orange for the loss of a sibling. I'm a student at OSU, and although I've never lost a sibling to suicide, I recognize how difficult it must be because I have a sister who I care about, and I want to see a world where her mental health is valued. If you've lost a sibling to suicide, please comment an orange emoji in the chat or write their name now. Thank you, and we honor your loved ones.
My name is Nathan Broughton, and I represent the color purple for the loss of a friend or relative. I'm a former Oregon State University student athlete, and I lost my friend and teammate John Chambers to suicide back in 2016. His life and his legacy continues to live on through a nonprofit that I co-founded called the Damn Worth It Company. If you have lost a friend or relative to suicide, comment a purple emoji or type their name into the chat now. Thank you, and we honor your loved ones.
My name is Carrie, and I represent the color teal, to support someone who struggles or who is attempted. I am a student at OSU, and many of my close friends have struggled with thoughts of suicide. Because of this, I'm advocating for suicide prevention and to make mental health a priority. If you support someone who struggles or who is attempted, please comment a teal emoji in the chat or words of support for those who struggle. Thank you, and we honor your loved ones.
My name's Angela.
And my name is Kelly.
And we represent the color blue to support suicide prevention.
We are both alumni of Oregon State University.
And as an attempt and loss survivor, we love to share our story to honor our loved ones.
If you support suicide prevention, please comment a blue emoji in the chat or write the names of your loved ones now.
Thank you, and we honor your loved ones.
Wow, that was so moving. Thank you all for your vulnerability. Thank you, speakers, and thank you guys in the comments. We love you, we honor you, and we honor your loved ones. If you're in crisis, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK or text HOME to 741-741. Support counseling will also be offered during our virtual resource fair directly after this event.
Yes, thank you all so much for sharing. Next up, we're going to be hearing from the Director of Counseling and Psychological Services here at OSU. That is Ian Kellums.
Hi, my name is Ian Kellums, and I'm a licensed psychologist and the Executive Director of Counseling and Psychological Services here at OSU. I want to thank you for attending this Out of the Darkness event. This is the third year that we've done Out of the Darkness, and the second year that we've done it virtually. I'll never forget the first year that we did this, which was in person, and just witnessing the breadth and the depth of people who had been impacted by suicide. So I want to thank you for being here with us today. We know that being able to provide the right support at the right time can often make a real difference for students who are struggling with suicidal thoughts. There are quite a few things CAPS does to provide this crisis support, and I wanted to mention a few of those. One is that we have an on-call clinic Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. This clinic prioritizes students who are in crisis for quick service to get to them so they don't have to wait. And so a student who's in crisis would meet with one of our counselors and develop a stabilization plan. We also know that not all crises happen Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. And so we've contracted for many years with a crisis counseling line called Protocol. And so between our on-call clinic and Protocol, students have crisis support 24/7, 365. So if it's 3 o'clock in the morning on Christmas and a student's in crisis, then they can call and talk to a trained counselor. I also want to share what I think is an exciting development here at OSU in that we're building a crisis response team. So we've heard recently from our students that they'd like crisis response personnel who aren't law enforcement but have a mental health background. And so we're building a team right now. It's not up and running yet, but we anticipate it will be up and running by fall, who can respond to students who are feeling suicidal. And I think that will be a real improvement here on campus. CAPS also has a comprehensive suicide prevention program with numerous other components. And I'd like to mention a few of those to you. An important part of this plan is that we prioritize access to counseling for students who are suicidal. We also know from research that about 80% of college students who die by suicide never visit a counseling center. So we have to focus many of our suicide prevention efforts outside of the counseling center. And there are a few examples of how we do this. One is our interactive screening protocol, which sends emails to students with links to screeners. And if they screen as being at risk for suicide, then they're encouraged to come into the counseling center. We've also promoted a culture of caring across campus, and that all university communications attend to this culture of caring. And it's been neat to see how often culture of caring is mentioned in university communications now. A couple of years ago, we also implemented a Reach Out for Success syllabus statement. And so in every syllabus of every course at OSU, there's a Reach Out for Success syllabus statement. And this statement normalizes struggle, encourages students to reach out for help and support, and then includes information about resources. We've also implemented in the last couple of years Cognito, which is an online interactive training program that helps students, faculty, and staff to recognize signs of distress, to have supportive conversations, and to refer when appropriate. And we've had thousands of students, faculty, and staff take Cognito. In addition to these suicide prevention efforts, we also have a robust suicide postvention plan. And this plan guides how we respond in the unfortunate event that a student dies by suicide. And so this plan helps us to support impacted community members, to communicate with community members in helpful ways, and the goal really is to prevent contagion, or this idea that some people may be at increased risk for suicide after suicides. I want to thank you for being here. This is such important work, and for us to make any sort of meaningful difference, it will take all of us. So thank you for your attendance today, and I wish you well.
All right. Thank you, Ian. Just a reminder, visit CAP's website if you want to know more information. That's counseling.oregonstate.edu. And yeah, back to you.
All right. So for our event's finale, we have a very special guest. We are going to be joined by Renee Roman-Nose. Renee, M-A-I-S, is an enrolled member of the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes of Oklahoma and a 2010 graduate of OSU. She's an activist, artist, actor, poet, painter, photographer, and cultural anthropologist. Her 2017 book, Sweetgrass Talking, was published by Uttered Chaos Press and nominated for the Oregon Book of the Year Award. Her paintings and photography have been featured in Oneida, New York, Tacoma, and Everett, Washington. Her second book, Have War Paint, Will Travel, is currently with the publisher, and her third book, as yet untitled, is a collaborative book of poetry with Susan Harjo. She lives and thrives in the Pacific Northwest. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Renee Roman-Nose. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Since time immemorial, people have faced challenges, difficulties, and we have overcome them together. We are stronger together. We are better together. We can stand alone, but we can thrive together. When we reach out to one another in times of strife, when we are going through heartbreaking moments, that's when we truly show our humanity, our shared humanity and our shared compassion. No one walks alone. No one comes into the world alone. Whether we feel it or not, we are surrounded by those who see us, those who love us in spite of and sometimes because of ourselves. We are not alone. Love is a phone call away. Love is a text away. Love is as far away as our fingertips and as close as a whisper. Love is within us. Be that love. I know many of you are struggling. I've seen struggles within my own family members. We've helped one another through some dark times. And we've come out to the sunshine beyond. And we've done it together. And we've done it with love. And I urge you, if you're struggling, reach out. Don't be afraid to let someone know that you need a hand up, that you need a hug, that you need a moment, that you just need someone to listen. And you just sometimes need to be that person who listens. When you shut off your own voice, and as the Creator tells us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Listen to one another. Learn from one another. Love one another, and let that love be your strength. Be that love. Walk in your path, leave your footprints behind you. By Renee Romanose. You are invincible. You are accomplished. You are a survivor with scars to prove it, hidden and showing. You are strength. You are courage. You are the sunrise, hope for a new day. You are the sunset, promise of night renewing. You are the descendant of survivors. You are pieces of your ancestors stretching into infinity. Walk in your beauty. Walk in your strength. Walk in your courage. Walk with your head held high.
Wow. What an incredible way to conclude our event. Thank you all so much for showing up to support suicide prevention. It is more important now than ever that we support our friends and family and embrace our vulnerability. One life lost is one too many. So we invite you to join us and be a lifesaver. Join us in bringing mental health out of the darkness. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Although the ceremony is over, please stick around and check out all of the virtual resources in our resource fair. The link will be posted in the comments. CAPS support counseling will be offered, and we have many OSU community partners who will be there to answer questions. Also join us this coming Tuesday, April 20th, for a Panera fundraiser at the Corvallis Panera. Take a picture of the flyer that you see on the screen right now and bring it with you, just so you can prove that you can get the discount. Yeah, and if you're on social media, tag us at #BeavStopSuicide to connect with us and the rest of the Beaver community.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Thank you all.